Hello guys, welcome to Tarot Predictions. This is going to be a brief taroscope for 7th of January 2018. So before we go to the numbers and the cards, if you have a message, if I have a question for me guys, you can text me or call me from at Instant Go, which link is written here in the description of the video, or also you can purchase a service from my website, which link is also written here in the description of the video. Now, to jump for to the prognosis. Before we go to the tarot cards, let's give you a quick overview of the numbers. And there is nothing much to be said about the numbers vibration for 7th of January, but it is in the same time very important vibration. Now, how can I really express it? It's kind of like you need to draw the line, or the energies are requiring from us to draw the line and dwell into our experience from the very recent past, because these energies are going to carry on in the next month. It is just such a type of vibration, and during that month we will replay certain situation in our life in which we have failed in the recent future, in the recent past, excuse me. And we have now the opportunity within the next month, starting from 7th of January, to fix these issues, to address the issues. And that's why 7th of January will be a very important day for every single one of us to draw the line and analyze what kind of actions didn't work out, what kind of behavior did not work out, or even what worked out there. So if you have to replay it, so you can retrace back your steps. But the bottom line here is that we need to be rather very honest with ourselves, because there are people who basically they don't want to admit that they made mistakes. So you need to be honest with yourself. You don't have to be honest with others, but you need to be honest with yourself at least. And you also need to kind of like address these issues meticulously. It is all that is needed. So it's kind of like it is not a vibration of actions, but more like a vibrations of that we are going to acquire a certain insights. So that being said, guys, we are going to the cards. And for Aries, 7th of January will be marked with the reversed 10 of Cups. So with the reversed 10 of Cups, the Aries is rather needs to put a little bit more excitement into their daily routine. Now, this card doesn't say that you're going to be depressed, stressed, or you're going to have a miserable time just because we have the 10 of Cups reversed. No, the card for you this time, guys, it does expresses a state where you're way too kind of like satisfied, okay? And you're not inviting anything new, so you may want to consider your 7th of January to start kind of contributing to new things, like new activities, going out with people, going out with friends, and etc., etc. In other words, guys, to stir your life or to stir your routine, to make it a little bit more dynamic. So it's kind of like this may be the insight you're going to get from the energies. The next one, this is going to be Taurus. And for Taurus, we have the 8 of Wands, typical card for many opportunities, guys, variety of opportunities. The only thing I'm going to say about that card, now these opportunities is they can be either into your career or either into your relationship. But what is typical for that card is that these opportunities comes also with a certain bet you need to do on your behalf. So in other words, you need to invest into it. And in the same time, these opportunities comes and goes. So you also need to be kind of like vigilant about when and how to react. So be on your watch, guys, because you will have the circumstances right to let's say push through your things in 7th of January. For Gemini, This is the Knight of Wands. So Gemini are going to be also a very dynamic day, but from a different perspective. Now for Geminis, they are going to try things. Okay, they are going to kind of like try to add new varieties into their life just so they can see how it's going to work out, mainly reflecting those with career, you know. They're going to start embarking new ideas, or kind of like allowing new ideas to take shape into their mind. But the card also says that you Geminis are going to receive helping hand about something due 7th of January. Now for the Cancers, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is exactly that. Fortune is going to be behind your back. So you will be placed in a certain situation which sometimes comes once in a lifetime, and it's very, very profitable and very, very beneficial for you. That can be reflected either into your career or either into your relationship, or literally in any field of your life. But the point with the Wheel of Fortune is, guys, that once the chain of events starts, there is no turning back. So you need to be very aware of taking on that opportunity, and as well how you can recognize that opportunity. It comes out of chaos. For Leo, we have, but Geminis, you can expect to have a very productive and very positive day, and it will be also a very busy day for you. For Leos, we have the reversed 7 of Swords, and with this card, guys, you need to not listen to everybody, because there will be some rumors which are going to start suffusing your environment. Okay, and before you actually decide what to do, especially if it is about a great responsibility, you need to seek a further counsel. For Virgo, this is going to be the reverse Judgment. So Virgos, you will try to escape or deflect difficulties with not realizing that this is actually escaping and deflecting responsibilities. So this card is showing that something you highly dislike to do needs to be done, and by avoiding it, by making constant excuses about it, it's just gonna worsen the things. So you need to just roll up your sleeves and just get the job done, guys, and then your situation will be stir again. Now for Libra, we have the reverse Lovers, and with the reverse Lovers, Libra kind of may make a choice which is highly disconnected with their emotions. In other words, they are making a choice which they don't want to make, or they make an action which they don't want to make. But something, it's kind of like either the rules dictated, or the common criteria is dictated. Either way, guys, you need to know that it is not too late to change the course of events. You can change up your mind. You can have, and you can afford to have, that change of heart. As well as the card may signify unrequited love or attraction, or the card could signify illusions into one relationship, either good illusions or bad illusions. For example, let's say that your relationship, you have the illusions that your relationship is falling apart. That could be one kind of illusion, or you can have the illusions that your relationship is great. So be careful here. I'm not saying that these illusions will be for every single one of you Libras, but it's also one way to interpret in general this card. And for Scorpios, we have the reversed Sun. And with the reversed Sun, it's going to be a lazy day for Scorpios, because they will have no kind of like, they will not that they will lack energy, but they will rather prefer not to waste that energy. And Scorpio needs to also be honest with oneself, because they will tend to attend into things which from the outside looks that they make them happy, but in the same time Scorpio deep down within themselves are despising those things. And just so you make someone else happy, you don't have to make yourself miserable. So take account into that. You need to know, guys, that with this card, wasting energy is something like a red sign. So it is best for you to spend that time, that day, resting. And it is Sunday, so I think that you can afford spending it resting. For Sagittarius, we have the reversed Five of Swords. And guys, certain difficulties that you do have are going to completely vanish in that day by some miracle. Maybe they will come back later in the future, maybe they don't. But just have one in your mind that they may come back, and you can use that time of peace to take appropriate measures about it. For Capricorns, this is going to be the reversed Seven of Wands. Wow, a lot of reverses here. So with the reverse Seven of Wands, guys, there will be a situation which will require your standpoint to be to the extreme, or in other words, to stand solid on your ground. But in the same time, it will require also your actions to be very well timed. Excuse me. That being said, you will feel within yourself when the tension build up in a such level that you need to actually act and be victorious, because usually this card comes when you end up victorious, but in the same time you need to kind of like find the correct timing in order to do so. For Aquarius, the reversed Nine of Cups. So guys, a grand achievement is almost at hand with this card at 7th of January, and you need to completely focus upon reaching it. Everything else can just wait until you reach your grand achievement. And last but not least, we have Pisces. And for Pisces, this is going to be the reversed Knight of Pentacles. So that could be a person Pisces needs to deal with. A very apathic person that does not care about your needs. They only care about their own needs. And they, how can I place it in words, guys? They basically, not that they just make excuses. It is just their behavior. It's like whatever. I don't care what happens with you. I mean, only thing I care is what happens with me. So you need to be careful with that person. If this isn't the person, you may be the one that is apathic, or you may be discouraged by the circumstances which are around you, and not going on further with your goal, which is going to be a mistake, guys. It's just a temporary thing, and you need to continue on working upon whatever you want to achieve. So that was the brief taroscope for 7th of January, and thank you all for watching, guys, and I hope it is at least remotely helpful to your situations. With that being said, we're going to see each other for the next one, and until then, best of luck. It is what I wish you, and bye.